What's up guys, it's Justin here, and today I want to talk about the Google Pixel and Pixel XL that were announced in San Francisco this morning. My camera battery is about to die, so I'm going to try to make this quick, but I'm going to just run through the specs as well as what it is missing at its very high price point. So there's definitely a lot to be excited about this phone, and that is always to be expected of a stock Android smartphone. It comes in two sizes, as you may know by now, the Pixel and the Pixel XL at 5 and 5.5 inch screen sizes respectively. The 5-inch model has a 1080p Full HD display, and the XL has a QHD 2560 by 1440 display. They're both AMOLED panels, so expect those to be very nice and vibrant. And when it comes to the processor, they both feature the Snapdragon 821 quad-core processor. With the rear camera, it is 12.3 megapixels with a 1.55 micron pixel size, so expect it to let a lot of light in and at an f2.0 aperture. And Google is actually pretty proud of the fact that DxO had rated it an 89, which is the highest for a smartphone camera ever. I'm very excited to test that out and compare it to other smartphones, so let's see if that lives up to the claim. In addition to that, you will find an 8 megapixel front-facing camera with an f2.4 aperture, and the battery on the standard size Pixel is 2770 mAh and 3450 mAh on the XL model. There's also a fast charging that allows you to get 7 hours of usage out of 15 minutes, so that is definitely very awesome to see. So of course, those aren't all the specs. This is just a quick rundown of some of the major specs you might want to know about, but something that people have been talking about the most is the price, as it comes in at $650 in the US for the 32 gig standard size model and $769 for the 32 gig XL. If you want to hop to 128 gigs, you have to add $100 on top of that price. So just for a fact, this is exactly the same price configuration as the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus. That being said, there are definitely a few things missing which kind of make it somewhat surprising, especially with such a big claim and that price point. And the first one is the fact that it has no IP rating. For example, the Samsung, the iPhone, and some other smartphones on the market, especially at the flagship caliber, do have an IP rating, with the iPhone 7 with an IP67 and the Samsung Galaxy S7s and Note 7s with an IP68. That makes it at least 1 meter in water resistance, but for the most part, it's just nice to have. For example, if it's a raining day, you drop it in a puddle, the bathtub, the sink, the toilet. It's kind of a cost-cutting thing when you see it not included on smartphones, as the manufacturers have to seal the ports of all the smartphones and also the logic board, for example. So it is definitely disappointing to not see that on the Pixel or Pixel XL. Secondly, the cameras don't have any form of optical image stabilization, and this is something that we've seen standard not only on the flagship phones, but also on the mid-range smartphones as well. Optical image stabilization, if you don't know already, lets you get smoother video and also be able to take better photos, as it kind of compensates for the small amount of shake that is caused by your hands when you're trying to take a photo or video. Once again, this is sort of a cost-cutting thing, and it does cost Google less to make by not having to include an OIS mechanism, which I think is absolutely ridiculous for a phone of this price point. There's also no stereo speakers, so just one speaker, and that is something that you would have liked to see, especially in the year of 2016. Some may argue that Samsung didn't do that, but we now see dual front-facing speakers on a lot of phones, including the Axon and the Alcatel Idol 4S, which have great speakers that are front-facing. So in order to make this phone competitive, I really would have liked to at least see a set of dual speakers, whether it is front-facing or not, or kind of like the setup that Apple has done in the iPhone. Lastly, it's just the design and the fact that it really isn't anything crazy. It is a premium smartphone and it does have a nice build quality look to it, but that's definitely something I'm going to have to wait and see when I receive my unit. But overall, I just think that this phone is overpriced, and I do understand that it is Google's first smartphone, but in the future it would definitely be more of an appeal if Google would to price this more competitively, perhaps at the $500 range. Other than that, let me know your thoughts of the Google Pixel and Pixel XL down in the comments section below. And like I said, I do have a silver 32 gig model coming in the XL size, and I will be bringing you a review as well as camera test of that. But I'll see you all in the next video.